Shalom, all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Kodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of a great millstone that teach and rule well.
North Korea launched another intercontinental ballistic missile.
People were told to take cover in basements or in concrete buildings.
Could this kind of missile now reach cities on the East Coast, possibly New York or D.C.?
What would happen if North Korea launched a nuclear weapon? U.S. officials think that North Korea has as many as 60 nuclear weapons in its arsenal, and tensions between the two countries have escalated to new levels during the Donald Trump presidency. Remember when Trump compared the size of their nuclear buttons? So how close are we to an actual nuclear war? It's closer than you might think. The U.S. is reportedly considering a bloody nose attack on North Korea. This could include a manned airstrike or shooting down a missile test launch. Basically a warning shot intended to humiliate North Korea. But this warning could be taken as an act of war. Jeffrey Lewis is an expert on disarmament, arms control, and non-proliferation. He thinks the bloody nose tactic could lead to disaster.
The way I think of it is, the problem with the bloody nose approach is, imagine if you saw a guy holding a gun. Like, if you walk up and punch him in the nose, he might very well shoot you because he doesn't know that it's only going to be one punch in the nose.
It's also possible that a Trump tweet could push North Korea over the edge.
You could imagine that in the middle of a crisis,
willing to imagine that he would not launch a nuclear.
Kim family will suffer the fate of Saddam and his family, or maybe Muammar Gaddafi. When they talk about nuclear weapons, they say the mission of their nuclear weapons is to deter and repel an invasion. The purpose of those nuclear weapons would be to try to destroy the U.S. ability to invade them. So destroy the airfields where aircraft may operate out of, to destroy any troops that are massed, to try to damage ports.
The U.S. has 30,000 troops based throughout South Korea. In the event of an attack, these troops would likely evacuate their bases and help prevent North Korean troops from crossing the border. Separating North and South Korea is the DMZ, or Demilitarized Zone.
This is the demilitarized zone between North and South Korea. You can see
was successful. One of them was severely injured by being shot repeatedly from the North Korean side.
Shalom, I praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai. Just want to get into that the missiles will burn up this wicked-ass kingdom, the so-called white man's world. And let's start on Numbers, chapter 24 and verse 8. Just on it came to my head. God brought him forth out of Egypt. He have as it were the strength of a unicorn. He shall eat up the nations, his enemies, and shall break their bones and pierce them through with his arrows. And these arrows are missiles. These are not born arrows like some old Western movie. Psalm chapter 7 and verse 11. Power judges the righteous, and God is angry with the wicked every day. If he turn not, he will whet his sword. He have bent his bow and made it ready. He have also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordained his arrows against the persecutors. In Psalm chapter 21 and verse, I'm start from y'all. Psalm chapter 21 and verse 10. Their fruit shalt thou destroy from the earth, and their seed from among the children of men. For they intended evil against thee. They imagine a mischievous device, which they are not able to perform. The white man's always trying to think of something evil to destroy all the children of Israel. Therefore shalt thou make them turn their back, when thou shalt make ready thine arrows upon thy screens against the face of them, arrows against missiles. Be thou exalted, Yahweh, in thine own strength. So will we sing and praise thy power. And I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai.